Alright, hey guys, Paxter, and welcome to the Mega Medicham EX deck showcase. You have the Mega promo card right here. Quite possibly one of the best we've gotten so far, especially in terms of Mega EXs. A lot of potential and overall a ton of fun. But yeah, this is the card right here. HP 180, stage 1, has 1 attack, Chakra Fist, requires 3 energy, 2 colorless, 1 fighting. Does 100 base damage if this Pokemon has any psychic energy attached. This attack does 40 more damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So yeah, right off the bat, not too bad, especially as a fighting type EX. We've definitely gotten worse fighting type EXs in this month. Flashback to Gigalith Ex, I did make a deck showcase and it was a trip. It was definitely an experience of a lifetime. But yeah, this is the deck right here. As you can see, very similar to the Gigalith EX deck showcase. We are running Swanas, also Chinglings to add a bit of disruption. But yeah, if this is your first video on my channel, really do consider if you like to subscribe. Really does help me out, especially as a small-time content creator. And without further ado, let's get right in to the deck showcase. All right, feature packs here. I just finished recording the deck showcase, and before I get into the main portion of this video, I just want to quickly show what makes Mega Medicham EX absolutely amazing. Because looking at the attack ability, second sentence, this attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Any effects. Now, when you think of the most disruptive non-EX currently in the game, debatably it is non-EX Oricorio because of the ability Safeguard, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon EX. However, this promo Mega EX bypasses this ability. So attacking, only doing 100, I could do 160 if I did attach one more Psychic, but it is what it is. So Chakra Fist. Look at that. That is so cathartic, especially coming from an EX. And this is a promo EX, which begs the question, why does Gigalith EX exist? I feel like personally, Mega Medicham EX should have been in Fantastical Parade, and then Gigalith EX should have been the promo EX, because yes, it's just night and day, man. This guy is far better. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to cover this in the beginning of the video because I didn't really mention it later on. Don't want to spoil too much what happens later on in the video, but this card is uniquely insane. Anyways, on to the first battle. All right, here we are in our first battle. We are going second up against a Gigalith EX solo deck. And again, if you guys remember my deck showcases, first battle isn't really meant to be too hard, more so just to get a feel for our deck. And honestly, I feel like this battle is kind of fitting given that Gigalith EX came out in Fantastical Parade. Is a mainline EX from a booster pack, whereas this one, Mega Medicham, is from a promo card, so we can kind of compare and contrast to see which one is better. Looking at it, I feel like it's kind of obvious which one is better, but I don't want to spoil anything. We shall see. Opponent leading with Ogerpon. Okay, interesting. But yeah, if you guys are curious, I did make a Gigalith EX deck showcase. I think this is my second time mentioning it, but I repressed it, so let me know how it went. Okay, not too bad. So Pokeball, hopefully we can get... we got Darkrai, they're not good. Okay. We need to get Meditite, please. Pretty rough, but we can definitely chill like this. So next turn we can evolve into Swana. So feed, second turn, evolve, attack. And again, looking at Swana's attack ability, after attacking, you have to move all your energy to one of your bench Pokemon. So if we have 2 Swanas out, we can just keep on switching. Like attack, next turn sub into the other one, attack, feed a bench one, and just so on and so forth. And the cool thing about this is that the retreat value is 0. So yeah, free retreat, very nice. For now, just end our turn. Perfect, we did get Meditite. Get everyone out. Next turn, we can potentially start attacking with Mega Medicham. So, Revelry Cyclone, just like this. Feed Meditite. And next turn, we can Copycat and hopefully pull the Pokemon that we need. Oh crap, Gigalith EX is out. Swana near death. Oh gosh, my opponent has 1 card. At this point, might as well just kind of stall. Yes, I'm just gonna kind of stall. Lucky Ice Pop. I could get lucky with this if he can heal. If he can get heads, perfect. Okay, so Swana won't be dying this turn, essentially just stalling for a bit of time. Perfect. So 60. I get heads again, this will be huge. Amazing. I have another one in my hand as well, so just right back to full health, going from getting one-shotted next turn to just full health. And Lucky Ice Pop, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it works. So this is kind of awkward, but we can definitely chill like this. So might as well feed Swana and end our turn. I could Copycat, losing all the cards in my hand and just miraculously pulling Mega Medicham. I could try doing that, but No. Same scenario, but Mega Medicham EX is out. Perfect. At this point, looking at this, okay. Gigalith will be attacking. After Gigalith EX attacks, the next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So you have to run Lyra and kind of work around that. But honestly, Lucky Ice Pop, you've been rolling very well so far, so just keep on popping off, man. Okay, it's over. Might as well do the other one. This card is just so much fun. If you're using it, it's a lot of fun. If your opponent's using it, it's a nightmare to see. Because just like this, Swana's back to full health. And can I get heads? Can I get heads for later? Okay, no. But it's already done its job. At this point, Mega Medicham, you have to play it a bit carefully because keep in mind, looking at the energy, this card needs one fighting. So you have to be kind of careful. I feel like there are situations where you would just get like horrible energy luck. Like you would just get like Psychic like 5 turns in a row, just can't get one fighting, which is a pretty big issue, but ultimately very rare. But just like this, doing 140, you could do 150 if you run Training Area in this deck. You can very much do that to do a bit more damage. That's ultimately up to you. I kind of chose the second copy of Lucky Ice Pop just to heal up a little bit more. Could definitely help you out in the long run, depending on RNG. So just like this, Gigalith EX requires a whopping 4 energy, attacks 140. The same amount as this guy. Yeah, I feel like Gigalith EX has gotten a lot of hate already, so you know what? Ogrepon, you're gonna die. Okay. It's not this guy's fault, man, that he was built like this, okay? He can't control how he was born, but yeah, with that being said, we shall see how this deck performs in PvP. Alright, next battle, going second, might be going up against a Mega Charizard Y deck. We got the Ducklets out. At this point, I'm gonna play this a bit cautiously, so I'm just gonna do this. And this sub in Ducklets. Yeah, we're just gonna play it like this. We do have 2 Copycats and Professor's Research, so we have a lot of options next turn. But Mega Charizard Y is scary because it can one-shot any Pokemon in my deck. So we have to kind of play around that. Okay, interesting. Opponent's getting pretty bad luck, but nevertheless, this is not looking too bad because we do have Shingling. That's nice. Perfect. So we did get Mega Medicham out. All we need now is a Swanna. So just do this. Next turn we might... So just do this. Next turn we might be forced to Copycat and then hopefully get a much better hand. Hopefully 1 copy of Swanna. Opponent, Rare Candying. Ooh, okay. Bench 1. Okay. Charizard EX. Alright, Ducklet is dead. Might as well Copycatting. Perfect. Actually, we got Swanna. Nice. But we still might as well do it just to maximize our hand. So we just do this. Copycat. Perfect. So we did get Training Area. I did replace one of the Lucky Ice Pops with Training Area. So right now at this point, Swanna will be able to one-shot cards such as Oricorio. So yes, very straightforward. 7 to Swanna and feed Mega Medicham. Next turn, Mega Medicham can attack. Okay, opponent concedes. Feeds Magby and nice. Yeah. So you see the gist of this deck. You see how this deck kind of works. It's not too slow, but also not too fast at the same time. Yeah, with that being said, I'll do a couple more battles. Next battle, going second. And could be a little bit better. We do have Professor's Research, but hopefully we can get some basics out our first turn. Not too bad. So we can just do this. Next turn, we can get Swanna out. Sure, why not? Might as well just Training Area. And this is pretty good because we are leading with Shingling, disrupting my opponent. For one thing, they can't use Pokeballs. Also, Quick Roar Extract, which they very much might have in their hand. All my opponent does is call for family. Oh gosh, Celebi is out. This is kind of scary. I did use this guy in my last video, in my weekly meta report, and he is something. Yeah, Celebi is definitely something. It didn't go well. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want to check it out, it's the video before this, my weekly meta report. But this is a very awkward scenario. Yeah, this is why you're running 2 Lucias, 2 Pokeballs, but you're still gonna run into this issue where like you just can't get the one card that you need out for whatever reason. Screw it, I'm just gonna play it like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on attacking with Shingling, further disrupting my opponent, and just hope that I get freaking Meditite out. 10 cards, please. I'll take a freaking Copycat at this point. Opponent feeds Celebi. That's all they do. Okay, you know what? Screw Medicham. Swanna's just amazing as it is, so just do this. Again, very straightforward stuff, so just do that. Revelry Cyclone, doing 70. Feed Ducklet. Next turn, evolve into Swanna and just rinse and repeat. Opponent feeds Celebi. Can we not get 2 heads? Okay, nice. So Swanna does survive. Pretty good value. We do get Meditite. Perfect. Okay. Damn, that's pretty rough. But yeah, that's doesn't really help us that much. But right now we can just do this. Kind of regretting placing that a second copy of Chingling, but we can definitely work with this. So yeah, just rinse and repeat. Last copy of Meditite. How many cards do we have? We have 5 cards left. Evolve. And my opponent will get huge value if they do Cyrus. Yes. But given their RNG, it's not looking good for them. Oh, no Cyrus. Okay, just one-shotting potentially this. Yeah, one-shotting Swanna. But it should be GG unless my opponent does end up red carding or Marsing me. But then again, I do have 2 copies of Copycat, keep in mind. So Swanna is out. Very scary being at that 50 HP. This all it takes is 1 heads for this Pokemon to be knocked out. But yeah, let's do this. Sure, why not? Let's see. Pretty much have all my Pokemon. Just thinning the deck out a little bit. Revelry, Cyclone. Oh, it's GG. Okay. Damn. Yeah, dude, if he had Cyrus, if my opponent did have Cyrus, I would have maybe lost. But yeah, given this, it kind of shows the potential for this deck. It's not the best. Like, it's, again, it's like a weird area of like slow and fast. But yeah, securing the dub. Celebi Ex. I'm tempted to make a deck showcase. We shall see sometime in the future, because it's a deck. It won a tournament, but requires a lot of RNG. Just like a lot of setup as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more battle. Our last battle, we are going second. Opponents leading with Meowth. Interesting. Very straightforward. I might as well lead like this. Yeah. So we're just gonna kind of lead like this. Feed Meditite and just keep on feeding like this. Okay. Meowth is rather interesting. Has to flip a coin. Can prevent damage if they do get a heads. Okay. It's only 10 damage, but very interesting, man. As a cat lover, I really do like how the Scratch cat Pokemon is getting a bit of love. But you might be, given the circumstances, you might be forced to do this. Because ideally, you do want to lead with Chingling or even Swanna. But you could also just manually feed Meditite into active. Granted, it is rather risky, but at the same time, it could potentially be far more consistent. So let's do that. My opponent's deck isn't really that good per se, but again, this kind of showcasing the potential for this deck. So just like this, next turn, Medicham can attack. Our opponent evolves into PROBOPASS, uses Meowth's ability. At this point, let's do this. Very straightforward. Attacking, doing 150. Opponent coin flips, gets it as well. Okay, this might be annoying. This might be a very annoying battle. Actually, hold up. What the heck was that? Okay, it still went through. Interesting. Doing 170 to that innocent Meowth. Oh, okay. I see what happened here. One thing I totally forgot. Second sentence right here. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects. So that BS Meowth ability, not affected. Yeah, so Mega Medicham is something. And it's kind of insane because, yeah, this card compared to Gigalith should be better since it is from the mainline pack from Fantastical Parade. This is a promo card, free-to-play card. But this card, I feel like, is better than Gigalith in every way possible. Like, does the same amount of damage. Granted, you have to run 2 types of energy. But even then, like, consistency-wise, this is far better, especially pairing this with Swanna. Doing 140 damage numerous turns is very nice. Copycat yet again, drawing most of our cards. You'd love to see this. And again, at this point, I can start feeding my second copy of Mega Medicham. Why not? Start easy one-shot. But yeah, I feel like Mega Medicham EX should have been in Fantastical Parade, and Gigalith EX should have been a promo card. Because if Gigalith was a promo card, people, like, they would still be pissed. Like, Gigalith fans will be still pissed, but it won't be as bad, in my opinion, because this card is just so good compared to Gigalith EX. Opponent wills and concedes, a very interesting tactic. But yeah, rather chill battle to end off the video. Overall, Mega Medicham EX is a true fighting type MVP of Fantastical Parade. And yeah, that's the Mega Medicham EX deck showcase. Overall, not the best, but not the worst. When it comes to the fighting type meta, I feel like Mega Lopunny is still better. You can get potentially a more value using Mega Lopunny, much easier to get out, especially as a stage 1. But compared to Gigalith EX, yeah, it's like night and day. This card is better than Gigalith EX in every way. Fighting type needs more love. Please, next booster pack better be fighting themed because they need that love. And then after that, screw it, man. Dragon themed. That's gonna sell. This dragon archetype being a thing, finally. And yeah, this is a deck yet again. I did, of course, switch one of the Lucky Ice Pops for training area. Might be better to run training area than 2 Lucky Ice Pops in my opinion. Overall, pretty good synergy with Swanna, Chingling, good disruption, especially towards the early game, especially since Mega Medicham EX does require a bit of energy to get fully fed. And also RNG, because keep in mind it is dual type. In this deck showcase, didn't run into much issue, but depending on your RNG, you might get like 5 psychic energies in a row. And of course, this guy needs 1 fighting type energy to attack. If you get 3 fighting type energy and it's not the worst, you're still doing 100. But you're not doing 140, the max damage, plus that 10 damage from training area. Overall, I'd rate this deck B tier. I think that's fair. I mean, it's not as bad as Gigalith EX, which I did rate, I think, F tier. Like, it's actually pretty bad, just not being able to use whatsoever in this meta at least. Maybe later on in the future if they add more fighting type buffs, but for now, yeah, it's pretty bad. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe because it really does help me out, especially as a small time content creator. It really does help me out tremendously, so yeah. And also, please stay tuned because I do have a couple of videos planned in the future. Hopefully you guys will like it. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.